In this world, there's a mysterious hotel called Moonlight Hotel. This girl is Jang Man-wol, a swordsman who has killed countless people and wants to find the legendary Moonlight Hotel. As she arrived at a desolate place, an old woman appeared and told Jang Man-wol about the legend of the hotel, but only the dead can reach there. At that moment, a withered black tree sprouted behind her. When Jang Man-wol slashed the tree, it absorbed her sword. Wooden fragments converged to form the legendary Moonlight Hotel. Now it found its new owner. A millennium later, in present times, this man stole to afford a birthday present for his son. Fleeing, he tripped on stairs, losing consciousness. Waking up and continued to run, he faced a hotel. Here stood that old Moonlight Hotel. Now it has transformed into a splendid one. Peering inside, he saw a drenched woman. As the receptionist and the woman departed, he stealthily slipped inside. Inside the hotel, everything was fresh and unfamiliar to him. The man scrutinized every corner. The manager witnessed this and remarked that the man wasn't dead yet. Wandering around, the man discovered the expansive pool and the fancy bars. Entering a mysterious room, he beheld a mystical dead tree. Spotting a flower atop it, he immediately thought of his son's birthday. He jumped up to grab the flower. Just as he picked the flower up, a strong gust of wind knocked him down. Then, a foot stepped on him. It was Man-wol. Seeing her, the terrified man knelt and begged for mercy, claiming he only wanted the flower. Man-wol was surprised to see flowers blooming on this dead tree. She understood it as a sign to spare the man. After hearing her words, the man realized this was the hotel for the deceased. When he tripped and hit his head earlier, his soul had left his body. He pleaded with Man-wol to save him, as he still had a son waiting at home. Man-wol agreed with him, but Gu Chan-seong must be the manager here 20 years later. Worried for his son, he agreed. Man-wol then uttered an incantation, pushing him back into his body, leaving doctors and others stunned, thinking he was gone. After leaving the hospital and seeing tens of billions in his bank account, he finally believed that last night's events were all true. At the hotel, Man-wol is now welcoming the girl who drowned earlier. She, an honest undercover cop killed in action, will be escorted to the afterlife by a special transport, but she has one last wish, to revenge her killer. Man-wol said that's not possible because she doesn't want to involve the living, but everything can be resolved with money, so Man-wol agreed as well. On the day of the city mayor's inauguration, as the mayor stood on the podium, a sudden loud noise echoed, followed by the slow opening of the door. Man-wol, in a long dress, brought a gun as she advanced. The mayor was visibly intimidated by the gun she carried, despite not knowing who she was. Man-wol shot a bullet straight to the mayor's heart, making him pain to collapse. But when he touched his body, there was no wound. From behind, the ghost of the female police officer appeared. Seeing her, the mayor was filled with fear, cause he was the one who had killed her. With her task complete, Man-wol left confidently. On the other side, the man, after receiving the money, wanted to find Man-wol to cancel the deal. But just then, a car arrived at Chan-seong's location. Inside were Man-wol and her manager. 21 years had passed in the blink of an eye, and Chan-seong had grown up. His father had passed away, and before departing, he recounted everything about the Moonlight Hotel to Chan-seong, advising him to leave Korea. Shortly after, Chan-seong received a bouquet and a letter, inviting him to start working at the hotel the next day. Chan-seong reached the station, left the flowers, and got on the train. Oddly, while the train was crowded, as soon as Chan-seong stepped into another coach, it was completely empty. Man-wol sat with the discarded bouquet, waiting patiently. Chan-seong instantly recognized the girl as Man-wol, as his father had described. He approached and declared he wouldn't work at the hotel, wanting to cancel the contract. Man-wol stated that she would include something extra interesting. As she stood up, the lights flickered. Then, she approached, causing Chan-seong to tremble in fear. She blew something into his eyes. When the train stopped, Chan-seong got off and ran, remembering his father's words to flee. Chan-seong immediately ran home to pack his things and planned to catch a taxi to leave. At this moment, a girl appeared standing beside Chan-seong. Thinking she wanted the taxi, Chan-seong said he was first. The girl opened her glasses, startling Chan-seong as she had no eyes. Chan-seong realized she was a ghost too, so he ran everywhere but couldn't escape. Right before being caught, Man-wol appeared and covered his mouth. Then she threw a stone in the other direction, diverting the ghost's attention. She mentioned a trendy restaurant nearby, suggesting they go there, but Chan-seong didn't want to go. Faced with her threat, he reluctantly complied. Man-wol told Chan-seong that his eyes had now become the yin-yang eyes. Outside, a scavenger was picking up trash. Upon seeing Man-wol, he recognized her as the one who shot him. He was the mayor who had gone mad. After they finished eating, Man Wall told Chan Seong to go buy bubble tea. The mad mayor also revealed himself. He wielded an iron rod and stabbed Man Wall, triggering memories of wartime for her as she collapsed. When Chan Seong returned, the madman had already fled. Seeing the iron rod on Man Wall, Chan Seong was extremely worried. Man Wall said this was his chance to escape. If he fled, she wouldn't come looking for him again. After hesitating for a while, Chan Seong finally ran off, leaving Man Wall to ponder human nature. Chan Seong returned with a garbage truck, ready to take her to the hospital. Seeing Chan Seong return, Man Wall was pleased and stood up, removing the iron rod. Then, she controlled the iron rod to hit the madman, dispersing his spirit. Upon seeing that Man Wall was safe, he intended to leave, but she stopped him, saying his chance was over. When Chan Seong saw the man being stabbed, he ran over to check out. Arrival, he only saw a pile of ashes. To his shock, a hand reached out and grabbed Chan Seong's ankle. Man Wall explained that after death, humans must cross the Sando Bridge to reach the place of reincarnation. But there are a few who cannot find their way there and remain lost in the mortal realm. So the Moonlight Hotel is a place where those lost souls can find salvation. She also mentioned that these spirits are usually harmless, but there are some resentful spirits that can harm the living. While Man Wall and the manager were talking, she sensed the breath of a special guest. As she went out, she encountered a tiger spirit passing by, but it didn't enter the hotel. Next day, Chan Seong went to Moonlight Hotel for a meeting. He was led inside and introduced. Customers here could sleep comfortably during the day and work at night. Entering the room and meeting Man Wall, Chan Seong asked what services were provided here. Here, each guest has different needs. The girl who passed away wishes to taste the food she never had in life, while the man who died in the cold seeks warmth. The Moonlight Hotel will fulfill their every wish. But Chan Seong, lacking interest, went straight to the point. Chan Seong came here to return the money that Man Wall had lent his father years ago. Having said that, Chan Seong stood up to leave, and Man Wall didn't stop him. As Chan Seong confidently walked towards the elevator, a voice suddenly echoed behind him. It was a female ghost with long arms. Seeing this, Chan Seong, terrified, ran into Man Wall's room. He asked why he could still see ghosts even though he had paid the full amount. Man Wall said he'd paid his dues, but those eyes was a gift from her. Then, Man Wall also had work to do and left. Fearful of going alone, Chan Seong reluctantly followed behind. Arriving at Man Wall's car lot, Chan Seong was amazed to see all the luxurious cars parked there. After some consideration, Chan Seong picked a luxurious car and drove Man Wall to a destination. Man Wall also revealed that they would go tiger hunting. They then arrived at a museum. Here, there was a large model of a tiger on display. This tiger was a gift from North Korea, so it wasn't able to live with its herd and died alone. The tiger often came with a mountain forest painting. The paintings were kept by the chairman of the hotel Chan Seong was working for. That's why he always has nightmares of being attacked by a tiger, worsening his health. As they were having pastries and tea, Chan Seong mentioned that since he had graduated from Harvard, he wouldn't work at the Moonlight Hotel. He said he wouldn't be afraid of ghosts and other strange things. Man Wall challenged Chan Seong to pour coffee here without spilling a drop. When Man Wall touched the flames, a black smoke emerged. When Chan Seong turned back with the coffee cup, he found the surroundings filled with ghosts. Despite his fear, he persisted for freedom and successfully carried the coffee to Man Wall, making her furious and left. So the next day, Chan Seong still went to his hotel and carried on as usual. As he opened the elevator door, he saw a ghost. He tried to ignore it and continued to work. Walking by the pool, he spotted the manager chatting with a foreigner. He asked Chan Seong to come to greet. As Chan Seong approached, the eyeless ghost girl appeared again. Talking would reveal himself, but staying silent wasn't an option either. So Chan Seong chose to jump into the pool. As he was sitting by the pool, Man Wall appeared. Seeing Chan Seong still curious about the tiger's story, Man Wall led him along. They arrived at the chairman's house gate. Chan Seong was puzzled because ordinary employees couldn't enter easily, but the chairman warmly welcomed them. When asked if they were married, Chan Seong hesitantly admitted that they were. Meanwhile, Man Wall wandered around searching for something. She stopped at the mountain forest painting. Chan Seong also saw the figure of a tiger in the house. When Man Wall asked the chairman to return the painting to its rightful place, that's difficult because it was a gift from North Korea. The tiger roared angrily, shattering the glass around. Out of options, the two had to leave. Chan Seong asked why Man Wall didn't take the tiger away. Man Wall replied that she couldn't force it to go. The only option was to remove the painting. Man Wall instructed Chan Seong to offer help to the chairman in exchange for the painting. Chan Seong, feeling conflicted, declined the offer. Infuriated, Chan Seong declared that he would never do such things, then left. On his way home, Chan Seong spotted the girl wearing glasses, but now he wasn't afraid anymore and spoke with an annoyed tone. "Take off your glasses if you want. The hotel manager has been waiting here for him for a while." They entered the house and talked. Chan Seong started to grasp the gist after the talk. Chan Seong's friend appeared, asking why he was talking to himself. Turns out, as soon as the manager left the hotel, he's gone contentedly. Chan Seong also walked out. When he spotted the eyeless girl, he said he would take her wherever she wanted to go. Upon arriving at the hotel, the girl's eyes had also appeared. Man Wall took care of it before he could reach the chairman for the painting. She took the painting not for profit, but to satisfy the soul of the tiger where it belongs. He apologized once he understood everything. The next day, Chan Seong went back to work. As Chan Seong approached a medieval armor set, a chill ran down his spine. As he patrolled the area that night, the armor sets awakened and chased Chan Seong. The armor hit Chan Seong, knocking him down. Man Wall appeared just in time to save Chan Seong. Then she used a hairpin to stab the armor, causing it to dissolve. Chan Seong also passed out due to his injuries. That evening, as Chan Seong was walking home, he encountered the wandering spirit of an old man. So, Chan Seong kindly showed him the way to the hotel. At that moment, a burly man walked in. That was the famous idol Jun Yun, filming a commercial here. Thinking that Man Wall might also be a fan, he went to ask for an autograph but failed. Man Wall, feeling bored, called Sang Jae to ask where Chan Seong was. Hearing that Chan Seong was meeting his ex-girlfriend, she quickly teleported to his house. Sang Jae innocently described the beauty of Chan Seong's ex-girlfriend, which made her angry. Chan Seong went home and see Man Wall waiting with an annoyed look. She assumed Chan Seong had met his ex-girlfriend. Chan Seong misunderstood her, making the situation even worse. Chan Seong promised to take her out for octopus and watch the sunrise together, which made her happy again. Chan Seong mentioned seeing Jun Yun abruptly. That made Man Wall run away without dignity. The advertising shoot was over when they arrived, leaving clean dishes behind. Chan Seong said the restaurant would be busy thanks to Jun Yun's filming. Man Wall said the restaurant was getting busier thanks to the child's luck, thanks to the pre-life doing good things. Hearing that, Chan Seong felt worried for Man Wall. In this life, she has earned a lot of money from spirits and spent it wastefully. On that evening, at a company, when a male employee clicked to watch a hot clip of a girl, the girl suddenly appeared, came to the lens, and transformed into a ghost. It used its hand to reach through the screen, grabbing the employee and driving him insane. As a manager, Chan Seong also manages the hotel's expenses. He sees that the hotel is in significant debt, so he decides to sell Man Wall's car and keep only 3. Though very unpleasant, she agrees because she doesn't want to return to poverty. As the hotel is on the brink of bankrupt, a VIP guest appears. That is the ghost of a king. Everyone is overjoyed and reserved the VIP room for him. But then they find out he was just an actor who suffered a heart attack before his performance. Now he also thinks he's a real king. That leaves Man Wall feeling hopeless. Chan Seong devises a plan to satisfy the actor's wish to play the role of a king, by letting him enter the person playing the king role. The next day, they went to the film set. The actor playing the king here is the famous Yeo. Man Wall overheard his conversation with the assistant saying he didn't know how to act. He didn't care about the salary, either. So Man Wall came up with a new business plan. So she had the spirit possess Yeo while filming. With the posture and demeanor of a king, he acted remarkably well and received praise from everyone. When he didn't understand what was happening, Man Wall said she was his acting coach, so his salary will be paid to her. Because he only cared about fame, Yeo immediately agreed. So the ghost actor agreed to possess Yeo until he finished filming the movie. Chan Seong and his ex-girlfriend met again after a long time. He just wanted the $5 million she borrowed in the US. Suddenly, he saw a familiar figure. It was Jun Yun heading to the filming location. Chan Seong approached, asked for an autograph, and quickly snapped a photo. At a fast food restaurant, while Yu Na was playing with her phone and glanced at the man next to her, a cold sensation ran down her spine. The man then went into the restroom. He opened the video of the turtle and watched it. Similar to before, a hand appeared and grabbed him. Man Wall called Chan Seong not to work today, but he appeared right then. Seeing Man Wall so sad, Chan Seong took out Jun Yun's autograph and gave it to her as a gift. As they sat watching the sunrise, on the withered tree, a bud began to bloom. When Yu Na stepped outside, she saw the man earlier was now dead. People around said he had been in the ladies' restroom. Suspecting, she went to check but only found his phone there. As the restroom lights turned on, she was strangled by a black woman. She's the 4th Mago, and seeing her as a ghost possessing a human body, she intended to eliminate her. Luckily, the Death Shu Shin appeared. He said that Yu Na Sol had to pay the price for her actions. Su Yung has been allowed by Man Wall to live in that body. Then the Mago agreed to spare her. At the hotel, a man who passed away was about to transition to the other world. Surprisingly, his wife had also died. She was even dating her first love. Seeing this, the uncle rushed forward angrily. As Chan Seong attempted to intervene, the furious uncle struck him down to the ground. Man Wall, in anger, gave them a knife and an axe to settle it themselves. Despite being dead, they still feared death, so they chose to reconcile peacefully. At Yu Na's school, she was weakened by the Mago's influence. So the ghosts around began to eye Yu Na's body and wanted to possess her. Too frightened, she hid inside a closet, which led to her friends gossiping about her possibly seeing ghosts. At this moment, the bellboy appeared in human form. He comforted her and then carried her to the medical room to rest. Man Wall called a meeting about the guest in room 13 harming others. She harmed others by spreading videos of herself online. Therefore, since Chan Seong is the only human in this hotel, he will be used as bait. But Chan Seong immediately refused because these were banned videos. Chan Seong's conscience does not allow him to watch such things, but he agreed when he realized that this was used to harm others. Unexpectedly, the room was empty. Man Wall entered the room. According to her, this particular room was created by the spirit's rancor, and only designated individuals would receive the video. This man was targeted. As he brought the noodles in and played the video, the ghost appeared. It forced him to put his face into the noodle bowl until he couldn't breathe. When Chan Seong went to investigate the sister, he was told that the girl was harassed by a male classmate while she was at school. After that, they recorded a video humiliating her and shared it online. And the ones who were killed are the ones who shared that video. The last person who hasn't been killed is the CEO of a company that shared the video. Chan Seong wanted to confront him for his wrongdoing. He would receive the consequences of his actions. The video from the ghost, they need to take his phone and bring it back to the hotel. They entered the CEO's room and introduced themselves as hotel staff. The CEO didn't know where the hotel was, but as he was distracted, Chan Seong stealthily took the CEO's phone and left. Back at the hotel, they gathered, but waited in vain as no video appeared. At that moment, Chan Seong realized that the video wasn't only distributed through phones. At the company, the chairman received a strange message on his laptop. Upon clicking to view it, the ghost girl appeared, which unnerved him, prompting him to close the laptop and leave. The office computer suddenly lit up, showing the ghost girl on the screen. As he approached the mirror, the ghost girl appeared, intending to strangle him. At that moment, the Mago appeared, and the spirit of the girl began to be burnt and vanished. Chan Seong arrived too late. The next day, to fulfill the customer's request, Man Wall sent a letter to the chairman. While he was driving, the map directed him to the Moonlight Hotel. Inside, he was surprised by what he found. Chan Seong appeared and guided him to room 13. Upon entering, the room had transformed into his room from school days. Looking up on the shelf, he still saw the hidden camera glasses there. He intended to leave, but then woke up with Man Wall sitting beside him. They were both on the train tracks. Man Wall began questioning him about his actions. He couldn't remember because he had done it with so many girls. As the train was speeding, he woke up from that dream, finding no one beside him. The chairman, leaving, was stopped by the Mago's sudden appearance. His car was hit by the train. The chairman paid a heavy price for his sins. In the end, even the deaths won't forgive those with demonic personalities. The next day, to make it up to Man Wall, Chan Seong borrowed Sang Jae's yacht to take her out for a trip. Suddenly, his ex-girlfriend also appeared there. Seeing Mi Ra there, Man Wall became extremely angry and conjured up a strong gust of wind to blow her into the sea. Chan Seong saved Mi Ra, but when he looked back, Man Wall had disappeared. Man Wall was now on the bus, looking inside Mi Ra's bag to see what was there. Man Wall found a childhood photo of Mi Ra, where she looked very happy. That evening, she went to find the first Mago. She advised Man Wall not to harm Mi Ra anymore, as she was just a fragment of memories in her life. Back at the hotel, seeing Man Wall feeling down, Chan Seong managed to cheer her up again. The next day, Man Wall decided to reopen the amusement park inside the hotel. She quietly instructed the bartender and room manager to search for land to buy. Yu Na and the bellboy, as per Man Wall's instructions, were investigating Mi Ra. Then, the two of them followed her to the house of Mi Ra's friend. The two of them stood outside and saw a ghost inside the house. Chan Seong went to the house following his superior's orders. Man Wall came along to check it out. The homeowner mentioned that the house was inherited from their parents, and suddenly, music started playing. Everyone could hear the music except for Mi Ra. Upstairs, Chan Seong found the girl's spirit there. Man Wall walked in and saw him embracing the girl, which made her extremely uncomfortable. But Chan Seong didn't feel the soul's coldness at all. Man Wall explained that this wasn't the soul of a deceased person but a soul created by imagination, and it required meeting that person to be able to dispel this soul. Homeowner's mother arrived, chat and revealed. At 22, she was forced into marriage, so she created a series of novels about a woman's passionate love. To eliminate the spirit and her child wouldn't encounter trouble, she burned all her books. She also invited the two to stay for dinner, but Man Wall left early due to some matters. She secretly sent a letter inviting Mi Ra to her hotel. Mi Ra was very surprised to find such a luxurious place inside. The room manager led her to the amusement park themed room. Man Wall had been waiting here beforehand. Mi Ra was curious why the room was empty like this. Man Wall explained it was because of her bracelet. As Mi Ra took off the bracelet, the others began to appear, all joyfully playing around. Man Wall then showed Mi Ra a glimpse of her childhood. Because her parents had a new baby, they stopped loving her. On the day they went to the amusement park, her parents went home without her. Man Wall told Mi Ra's memory to fill her with sadness. When the other spirit approached, Chan Seong rushed over. He didn't want Man Wall to make a mistake, so he dashed forward and embraced Mi Ra's memories tightly, causing her to faint. After the memories vanished, Chan Seong had to endure such intense heart attack that he passed out. Mi Ra, unaware, was escorted back by Yu Na. Chan Seong remained unconscious. In his dream, he witnessed memories of Man Wall. Man Wall told Chung Myung she'd leave the next day, and though he wanted her to stay, he understood she couldn't. The next day, before leaving, Man Wall went to meet Chung Myung for the last time, but she was captured by a group of people. Man Wall's associates were also killed because of her. Jeon Woo was also captured. When Man Wall was imprisoned, Chung Myung appeared and said they would spare her life because she had extended her time. Man Wall was then forced to witness the torture of Jeon Woo. Man Wall swore to kill them at all costs, so on the wedding night of Chung Myung and the princess, Man Wall sent assassins to kill the princess and attack Chung Myung. At this point, Chan Seong woke up after sleeping for 3 days. He saw the mountain painting in his room and realized something, so he hurried to the Moonlight Hotel. The Moonlight Hotel had transformed into an unfamiliar place. For the far move, they asked for Su Jin's help. Spirits who have fulfilled their wishes will move on to the afterlife, while those who haven't will board the bus to the hotel. Yu Na and Ji Yun Jong are assisting in moving Man Wall's real belongings with a delivery person. While on the road, she glimpsed a terrifying ghost in the adjacent car. She instructed the driver to chase the car. After being rejected by Man Wall, Chan Seong couldn't accept it and sought out the Mago. The second Mago gave him a vial of medicine. After taking it, he'll lose his ability to see spirits. Chan Seong, not wanting things to end that way, decides to leave. He goes to the old spot, but finds nothing. A man suddenly walks in, startling him. He's the real estate agent coming to sell the house. But because Man Wall hasn't paid all the taxes, they can't sell it. When Yu Na followed the man's car, the driver suddenly stopped the car. Because there was a ghost ahead, the driver got out of the car to find an insurance agent. When Yu Na wanted to investigate the area, Ji Yun Jong stopped her. There must be something wrong with so many spirits around. They haven't arrived yet, so Man Wall still hasn't had her drink. So she headed to the famous rice wine distillery in the area, but she also had a conscience, paying for all the drinks she consumed. While wandering around, she spotted a well. Above sat the well god alone. After a brief exchange, she departed. As Chan Seong was thinking of how to get to the hotel, entering the room, he saw the chairman's spirit. As he had passed away not long ago, he wanted to have one last look at the painting. He also wants to visit Moonlight Hotel. Chan Seong has figured out a way to get there. Man Wall felt very bored at the moment. She remembered how Chan Seong used to lead wandering spirits back then. Chan Seong and the chairman suddenly appeared behind her, surprising her. Man Wall continued to receive the chairman as usual, and instructed the room manager to take him on a tour. Before leaving, the chairman told Chan Seong to go sell the painting to his secretary. It might fetch a high price. Man Wall eagerly demanded Chan Seong to split the money with her. Chan Seong refuses, prompting Man Wall to kick him out. As Chan Seong reaches the door, the well god appears, but thinking it was just a normal ghost, he let him in without knowing the impending disaster. While Man Wall was talking with the chairman, the tea began to move vigorously. Outside, she found water everywhere. The butler reported that the well god had arrived. Since the hotel is under Mago's protection, other spirits cannot enter unless permitted. When Chan Seong walked in with a drenched body, she understood. To chase him away, Chan Seong decided to go there on the well god's words. Man Wall worried about Chan Seong's life, so she tried to persuade him not to go. When Chan Seong stepped inside the room, he saw images of people drawing water from the well. The villagers worship the well god for always providing water. Lately, the well's water level has been dropping. Fearing abandonment once the well runs dry, he decides to leave humans first. When the well god reveals himself, he asks him to help find another home. To thank him, the well god will show Chan Seong his deepest fears. Chan Seong sees an image of Man Wall being escorted by the Mago. Chan Seong wakes to Man Wall calling him. In the forest, Yu Na expresses her feelings to the bellboy. As she attempts to run away, she trips over something. Picking it up, she finds it's the ghost's coat. The next morning, when the police arrive, they find numerous corpses. This seems to be a serial murder case. Because Sang Jae's old class organized a reunion, many people attended, until a person named Ji-won appears, making Sang Jae feel uncomfortable. Afterward, Chan Seong takes the well god to the chairman's land. He tells Man Wall he doesn't need the medicine and wants to stay with her, then tosses it away. The well god assumes he dropped it and picks it up. Man Wall accepts it and leaves. At this moment, two people arrive. The hotel director and her daughter arrive for the chairman's funeral. Chan Seong suggests they write down their messages for the chairman. At a public telephone booth, the police suspect the informant wasn't recorded by the camera. At this moment, the third Mago arrives. She gifts the police officer a knitted heart and tells him to keep it. Chan Seong and the chairman are sitting and talking. The chairman, wanting a son-in-law, asks Chan Seong if he has a girlfriend. Not wanting trouble, Chan Seong deflects and asks to leave, but the bartender uncle blurts out that Chan Seong is still single. Later, he excitedly tells Man Wall about his chat with the chairman. Plus, he's given a task by the chairman. Man Wall is also glad for the incoming funds. He says that's his mission to matchmake Chan Seong with the chairman's granddaughter. Man Wall, upon hearing this, becomes furious. At the parking lot, a man, finding his wife, is about to get into his car when he notices something behind. He approaches to see that it's the corpse of his wife. In his confusion, the police suddenly arrive. They've been alerted about the serial killer, so they arrest the man without knowing that the true culprit is someone named Ji-won. He stands behind, observing everything with a satisfied expression, unaware that the soul of the woman is sitting right behind him. At Sang Jae's house, he's explaining why he dislikes Ji-won. Because back in the US, there was a student suicide case, and Ji-won spread rumors about it. He created a life or death bet. When Sang Jae was about to end his life, Chan Seong appeared. He comforted Sang Jae and then went to find Ji-won with that gun. It's not clear what happened, but Sang Jae has returned to South Korea, and the two became close. Returning to the hotel, the bartender leads the chairman to meet Man Won. He also introduces the hotel's dream reunion service. The chairman agrees to pay, so Man Won lets him appear in his granddaughter dream. He praised the letter's sender, subtly hinting it was Chan Seong. So, the next day, the granddaughter arranges to go out with Chan Seong. While they're talking, she feels Chan Seong very cool from his behavior. They both go to Sang Jae's restaurant for dinner, where the receptionist and Yu Na are also there. So he happily returns to the hotel and joyfully announced that the two are dating. When touching the forbidden book, the ghost would appear. The next day while Mi Ra's going to work, when she gets into the taxi, she notices something. It turned out to be the pen that the Mago gave Yong Soo. Their eyes meet as if the scene had already happened. She asks for his phone number, and since he likes her too, the police officer agrees. Chan Seong and the girl went sightseeing, while Man Wall and the chairman followed behind. Upon learning that Man Wall was also here, he suggested they go see a special painting together. The chairman's granddaughter wanted to date him, but he declined as he already liked someone else. Afterward, he took her to the rumored haunted place. Man Wall stepped back for Chan Seong to touch the book. At that moment, the spirit of a woman appeared and stopped him. She asked if he could destroy what was inside the book. When Chan Seong opened it, inside were photos of the past that the woman wanted to conceal. The surprise was finding a young Chan Seong in the photos. Man Wall approached and caused the ghost to disappear. Chan Seong said that she might be his mother. Growing up with his father, he thought his mother had passed away. In the end, he was just a part of the past she wanted to conceal. Man Wall told him to keep the photos closed for her to stay forever. So, they ended up having an argument. That evening, as Chan Seong was feeling down and about to go for a drink with Sang Jae, Mi Ra and Young Soo arrived outside. Seeing him made Chan Seong freeze like a statue. As Young Soo was Jaeon Woo in Man Wall's memory, after greeting each other, he went to the hotel. He informed Man Wall that he had seen Jaeon Woo. At the police station, Man Wall was surprised to see him. Now he's a police officer. Seeing him living well made Man Wall feel happy. At that moment, Ji-won was destroying evidence, recalling Yu Na chasing after him. While reviewing the footage, he called the transportation company and asked who had driven the car yesterday. Knowing it was Chan Seong surprised Ji-won. After seeing Chan Seong so blue, Man Wall decided to help him. She went to the soul of the woman and spoke about Chan Seong. Then she told Chan Seong to come to send off someone. Chan Seong had somewhat guessed. When he arrived, he met the woman. He expressed his desire to keep the photos, and after seeing him, the woman agreed and left with peace of mind. Chan Seong and Man Wall embraced each other after days of exhaustion. The withered tree was now blossoming with many purple flowers. Early in the morning, Chan Seong woke up to receive a gift from Man Wall. It was a thank you letter, reminding him of their embrace under the blossoming tree. However, the gift Chan Seong received was the tiger-patterned vest. Sang Jae said the outfit suited him well, but Chan Seong thought that she didn't just come to give gifts. More surprising, he learned that Sang Jae had met Man Wall. She asked Sang Jae to help sell a few horses for her. These are high-priced purebred horses, and she promised to gift him a horse-patterned vest. Chan Seong, furious, headed to the hotel. He also knew that Man Wall used the money to fund the dream calling service. Chan Seong went to meet Man Wall and asked about the list of services. She said only those who paid could use the service. Chan Seong immediately objected to this service, but Man Wall explained why they should charge it when anyone could call if it were free. But they blamed the one who harmed them. After listening to Man Wall's explanation, it turned out Chan Seong had misunderstood his director. He'll choose who can call. The head chef will be the first, followed by a girl with cancer, calling to thank her idol. Chan Seong was happy to help them make the call for free, but Man Wall seemed less pleased. The father and son who died in a car accident returned as ghosts to meet their killer. He knelt down to apologize to the father and son. The father also forgave him. Now he felt a sense of relief. Seeing Man Wall tired after finishing the task, he invited her to eat rice noodle soup. Man Wall was pleasantly surprised and rushed to change clothes. Before eating, Man Wall took a photo, and both of them were very happy about that evening. The police found a website named Hello, which actually means hell. The suspect had posted his emotions, and hundreds of comments responded. Yu Na is trying to help the ghosts find their murderer by drawing the faces they describe. Just as Chan Seong arrived, he wondered why the restaurant was so crowded today, and found out they had been murdered without finding the killer. Yu Na handed Chan Seong the license plate of the culprit and said she would show it to him once she had drawn the murderer's face. Returning home, Chan Seong found a group waiting at his door. They took him to meet someone, and he recognized her. She also knew about the Moonlight Hotel. She hinted that she wanted Chan Seong to take her there, as she had once managed the place. After her speech, Chan Seong took her to the Moonlight Hotel. Meeting her, the bellboy came out for a hug, and they were surprised by her unexpected appearance after so long. Man Wall stood upstairs waiting, and when the old lady saw her, she bowed in greeting. After over 30 years, the two finally met again. Though there were many things to say, she got straight to the point and asked Man Wall for a favor. At first, she hesitated about the request, but when she saw the sparkling jewelry box, Man Wall immediately agreed. A while later, Chan Seong asked Man Wall why that person had come. She recounted that in 1981, a newlywed couple got lost and ended up in the hotel. It was a night of lunar eclipse, so Man Wall agreed to let them stay as it was too late. The couple made love in room 404 on the night of the lunar eclipse. The child born then is now Korea's top football talent. After hearing this, Chan Seong was also speechless. So that woman wanted her daughter-in-law to have a night in room 404. Chan Seong asked what was special about room 404, but Man Wall remained silent. So, Chan Seong decided to go and check it out himself. At that moment, Sang Jae was on the phone with his girlfriend in Italy, who would soon be returning from Shanghai. Sang Jae took the chance to propose to her. With the lunar eclipse approaching and human coming, preparations at the hotel are meticulous, from beverages to room decorations. Seeing the beautiful flowers, Chan Seong asked for one. As he was about to give it to Man Wall, just as Man Wall finished her task, seeing Chan Seong, Ma Wall pretended to have painful ache. Chan Seong immediately gave Man Wall a flower, but she seemed not to like it much. Chan Seong said this flower was as beautiful as Man Wall, but she stubbornly refused to accept it. Instead, Man Wall got even angrier when Chan Seong fed the flower to her and then left happily, remembering when they hugged under the tree. Man Wall sniffed the flower and found it to be truly fragrant, then stood admiring it for a long time. When the lunar eclipse arrived, everyone at the hotel was busy, while Man Wall was delighted to receive human. Seeing Man Wall happy made Chan Seong happy too. The guests they were supposed to help arrived and were warmly welcomed. The food here was delicious, and the guests were very satisfied. Chan Seong wondered why Man Wall kept staring at the moon. Man Wall replied that she liked to admire the crescent moon. Chan Seong teased her as naughty Man Wall. Man Wall teased him back. The room manager led them to room 404 as Man Wall instructed. Chan Seong received a call from Sang Jae. Sang Jae said he had been waiting for Veronica but hadn't seen her. Chan Seong got the news and ran to meet Sang Jae. He wanted to fly to Shanghai now, but Chan Seong saw Veronica's ghost. Chan Seong stopped Sang Jae and told him that Veronica was already dead. This news truly shook Sang Jae, thinking Chan Seong was joking. Seeing the eclipse going to end, Chan Seong told Sang Jae to come to his hotel to meet Veronica for the last time. Sang Jae followed Chan Seong to the hotel. As they left, Veronica arrived. Chan Seong led Sang Jae to the rooftop and told him to take the opportunity to say everything to Veronica. There's not much time left. Sang Jae didn't understand but agreed. Veronica had also arrived by then. Chan Seong understood and left for their privacy. Veronica apologized to Sang Jae, then told him not to cry for her forever. She had been very happy during their time together. Before she could say much more, Veronica disappeared before Sang Jae's pained eyes. Seeing his friend in such agony, Chan Seong could do nothing more. The next morning, the room manager called the two couples to check out. Exiting the room, they found themselves elsewhere. Meanwhile, Yu Na was sketching the suspect when she was nearly hit by a car. Behind the driver was a ghost, and when she looked at her drawing, she saw the driver resembled the suspect. Yu Na called a taxi to follow, and the driver knew he was being followed. At that moment, Chan Seong was strolling when Man Wall called asking where he was. Man Wall arranged to meet at his place. Yu Na also called, saying she found the suspect. Upon hearing this, Chan Seong immediately ran there. About to visit Chan Seong, Man Wall saw the flower he gave her had wilted. Man Wall realized it was a bad omen. Chan Seong, upon seeing the shaking photo, suddenly remembered a friend of his. Upon entering, Chan Seong felt the place was very strange. Unexpectedly, someone claimed to be Ji-won, Chan Seong's study abroad friend. Chan Seong after a while remembered Ji-won. Ji-won asked why he was here. Chan Seong inquired about Ji-won's father, who had passed away long ago. Then he said he wanted to drink here. According to the ghost, Ji-won was the murderer. While Chan Seong was distracted, Ji-won attempted to put something into the wine, but when he saw Chan Seong inside, he slowly stepped in with a syringe. Facing Ji-won, Chan Seong asked why he killed people. Ji-won began attacking Chan Seong, punching him repeatedly. Meanwhile, Man Wall, seeing Chan Seong's unanswered calls, grew anxious. Could something bad have happened? Yu Na went to the morning spot and found a suicide. Yu Na called the bellboy, saying Chan Seong was dead. The bellboy informed the bartender, who then relayed the message to Man Wall. Upon hearing it, Man Wall refused to believe the truth. When she saw Chan Seong walk in, Man Wall, with teary eyes, touched his chest. While Man Wall checked his pulse, she found Chan Seong wasn't dead. Man Wall hit the bellboy, then wiped her tears and left. Everyone, upon hearing Chan Seong was alive, was overjoyed. Chan Seong clarified he had informed the police before acting, but when the police restrained Ji-won with a gun, he suicided. Though Man Wall looked cold, she was extremely worried about Chan Seong. Man Wall tenderly applied medicine to Chan Seong, but she accidentally applied the wrong one, causing Chan Seong speechless. Chan Seong asked Man Wall why she cried as hearing he was dead. Man Wall said she was afraid of losing another person. As she was planning to find a doctor to treat Chan Seong, she was stopped by him. Chan Seong hugged Man Wall tightly and assured her that he was fine, so she shouldn't worry about him. Meanwhile, police still investigated. Officer Young Soo recalled that someone had called to report the discovery of the murderer. The murderer bottled the victim's blood with wine. Man Wall bought many medicines for Chan Seong and told him to take whichever car he needed. He chose the luxurious red car. Though she didn't give it, she still kept her promise. As for Ji-won, he had regained consciousness and fled before being discovered. Ji-won went to the rooftop and remembered Chan Seong's words. The people Ji-won killed were now behind Chan Seong. Chan Seong took out some red wine bottles, saying they contained the victim's blood. Ji-won was surprised how Chan Seong knew everything. Chan Seong said it was because the victims had told him. Ji-won knocked out a patient and left with his phone. Planning to commit suicide, Chan Seong also arrived and confronted him. Ji-won asked if ghosts really existed, and Chan Seong replied they did. Man Wall intended to push Ji-won down, but Chan Seong stopped her. Ji-won said his life was ruined because of Chan Seong. Ji-won said he should have killed Chan Seong when they were in the US. Man Wall, surprised, asked if Chan Seong knew him. Chan Seong told Ji-won to repent gradually, but many people online supported Ji-won's killings. After speaking, he jumped down. Ji-won then turned into a ghost to meet Man Wall. Man Wall approached, intending to turn Ji-won into an animal in his next life. When she cast the spell, she found a shield surrounding him. Ji-won's resentment reached its peak. When his article was posted, many people expressed their agreement. Man Wall said to break Ji-won's protective layer and tear him into pieces. After Ji-won left, Chan Seong arrived. Man Wall told him to leave, suspecting he might return for revenge. "You have to be by my side all the time, everywhere," she said. While Chan Seong slept, Man Wall sat beside him, accidentally startling him awake. Man Wall said he might have back pain from sleeping on the sofa, so she offered to massage him. Chan Seong declined the massage and suggested sleeping in her room instead. He pulled Man Wall closer, causing her face to flush. Man Wall mentioned knowing a very skilled doctor who could help them both. They went to the hospital, but Chan Seong suspected there was another reason for going. Man Wall said they had to take a patient to the hotel as per the Reaper's agreement. She had asked the Reaper to find Ji-won's whereabouts. Reaper asked for living person from hospital to hotel. Then it was Chan Seong's turn for acupuncture. While receiving acupuncture, Chan Seong handed him a piece of paper. The doctor checked his lifeline and found it very good, so he offered to buy it for 50 million won. It turned out he wanted to buy the lifeline to extend his son's life. Because his son was seriously ill, he did everything he could to help his son live again. When it was time to cut the lifeline, Chan Seong asked why he was doing this. His son was very sick, and he wanted him to live longer. The mother looked at her son's photo and cried bitterly. Man Wall went to meet the boy and found him reading a book. She said his parents were getting old, and if they died, would he survive? He looked at his parents when they were young. Because of the lifeline, he wouldn't age. Chan Seong also said the boy had made his decision. The father rushed to meet his son. The boy had decided to leave. The lifeline disappeared, and both were in great pain. Man Wall's task was done. The Reaper also said he would find Ji-won soon. When Chan Seong returned home, he found Sang Jae had just returned from abroad. Sang Jae asked Man Wall to meet him at his place to talk. Sang Jae still believed Veronica was at the hotel, so he wanted to encourage her to be happy. He's also preparing Veronica's favorite dish for Sang Jae to take to her. But Man Wall cunningly told Sang Jae to bring something precious, like a yacht or a luxury car. Chan Seong saw Man Wall manipulating his friend and pulled her outside. He asked her why she's doing this, but Man Wall supposed it as a nuisance. Chan Seong told Man Wall to go home, while he went to meet Sang Jae. When he returned, Sang Jae realized Veronica's no longer at the hotel. At home, he found Man Wall waiting at the gate. Man Wall reminisced about their first meeting when Chan Seong was very afraid of ghosts. The flowers are also starting to wither away and disappear from the world. Chan Seong said those flowers will fall on him, and he'll take all the responsibility. Man Wall cried upon hearing this. They kissed passionately, and the flowers began to fall. They exchanged intense kisses under a blossoming tree in autumn. While the manager was talking about the bellboy's sister, the hotel unexpectedly encountered a guest, which surprised manager Choi. She knew everything about him. After knowing he wasn't married yet, she smiled mockingly. Manager Choi dressed oddly, claiming to have settled a 200-year-old grudge, declaring it was time for the Jun family line to end. When manager Choi left, Man Wall was worried about her. 42 years ago, she came to the hotel and almost disappeared. Jun family dug up manager Choi's daughter's grave intentionally. She stood there in pain and cursed the Jun family to extinction. If this 42nd son were to die, there would be no one to continue the family line. In that case, she'd find peace in leaving. At the funeral, manager Choi was about to leave when a pregnant woman arrived. If indeed the child is a boy, she cannot reincarnate. Back at the hotel, she sits thinking about the past, when she begged the Jun family to save her daughter, but all she received was indifference. Chan Seong arrives in the tiger suit to meet the manager. Despite the sadness, seeing the suit still makes her smile. Seeing manager Choi happy because of Chan Seong, Man Wall standing beside feels somewhat relieved. Seeing the suit's usefulness, Man Wall promises to gift him a zebra print later. Man Wall praised Chan Seong for looking cool in his vest. Chan Seong was a talented hotel employee. Chan Seong asked about the feud between manager Choi and the Jun family. All wicked deeds will be repaid, even up to 250 to 500 years or even 1,000 years, until all debts are settled. Chan Seong pledged to protect Man Wall. They high-five instead of speaking and went to eat together. Man Wall wanted Chan Seong to wear the vest she chose, but he refused. Feeling rejected by him, Man Wall pouted and refused to go. In reality, Man Wall was observing the woman carrying the Jun family's heir. Man Wall wanted to kill the baby, but the girl's health was not good. Seeing this, Chan Seong approached to help the girl. Man Wall felt annoyed seeing him being kind to the enemy. On the Reaper's side, he said he almost caught Ji-won in the darkness. At that time, he was following Sang-jae. While Sang-jae was boiling water, he tried to trap him. At the moment Sang-jae was looking for a dropped ring, it was as if the Reaper made a phone call to save him. Ji-won managed to escape. He said he was targeting Chan Seong's loved ones, so Man Wall went to see Sang-jae and gave him a lamp. She told him to light it around the house and not go into the dark. Even though Sang-jae didn't understand, he'd still believe and follow. Sang-jae unintentionally mentioned Mi Ra. Mi Ra also knew Ji-won. Mi Ra watched a movie with her boyfriend in a dream. Meanwhile, the pregnant girl was critically ill, possibly facing a miscarriage. The husband, seeing this, rushed to Manager Choi for help, saying his wife was in danger. Manager Choi outwardly agreed but inwardly didn't want to help him. But unexpectedly, Man Wall overheard the conversation. She said to let the kid die, but Man Wall said she didn't object. She wanted Manager Choi to go there and see the pregnant woman directly. Only then could they continue the conversation. Manager Choi came to see that woman lying painfully on the ground. She kept pleading to save her child. She remembered her own child and felt heartbroken. Manager Choi also agreed to help her. The mother and child were taken to the ambulance. Chan Seong returned to report that the child was safe. Manager Choi recounted how she was married into the Jun family but gave birth to a daughter. Because the Jun family needed a son to continue the family line, they abandoned Manager Choi's child. A 5-day-old baby, having not eaten or drunk, died by the time she returned. She became insane, clutching her dead child and wandering everywhere. Due to bad effects on their reputation, they killed her. Before she died, she cursed the Jun family to extinct. Despite her deep hatred for the Jun family, Manager Choi couldn't ignore the scene before her. At this time, Mi Ra at the movie theater was being followed by Ji-won in the darkness. When meeting Chan Seong again, she said Mi Ra was in danger, so they went to the theater. Unexpectedly, Mi Ra was safe, then mentioned someone seemed to be watching her. Inside the theater, Young Soo was being attacked by Ji-won. He kicked Young Soo down to the floor. They also rushed inside. Mang Gon rushed up to hit Ji-won but he managed to escape. Ji-won appeared on the screen, taunting them. Fortunately, Young Soo wasn't injured anywhere. Here, there's a kid asking the taxi driver to take him to the Moonlight Hotel. At this time, the bellboy with Yu Na were chatting, unaware the kid had gone inside. When asked, the boy said he came here to meet his mom. Surprisingly, the boy was alive, so they called Chan Seong for help. She wanted Chan Seong to take the boy out of here, but when they went outside, the boy was nowhere to be found. They split up to search everywhere in the hotel but couldn't find him. Chan Seong noticed a car heading into a tunnel, so he decided to chase after it. This is the Sanzu River, the boundary between past and future lives. As he ran farther, there's no way out. The boy was also found. He said he saw a puppy running into the tunnel. Man Wall recognized it was Chan Seong. Man Wall rushed to the Sanzu River, where passing through erased all memories. She saw a figure stepping out. It turned out to be Chan Seong. Man Wall immediately ran to hug him. Seeing Chan Seong touching her hair, Man Wall questioned his identity. Seeing Chan Seong acting strangely, Man Wall panicked and ran away, leaving Chan Seong confused. Back at the hotel, she drank in fear, saying Chan Seong couldn't possibly be him. Man Wall arranged to talk to Chan Seong privately. Man Wall gently placed her hand on his chest to check, confirming he was indeed Chan Seong. She asked if he had noticed anything unusual lately. He mentioned dreaming of someone named Chung Myung. He was waiting for her by the river with a moon-shaped hairpin. Man Wall said she had forgotten that man and walked away. Manager Choi met Chan Seong, discussing the girl Man Wall encountered earlier. This was her destined encounter, and she asked about others. Chan Seong said that person was coming soon. Manager Choi wondered if in a past life, he had a connection with Man Wall, hence his role as a manager now. Chan Seong didn't care about that and promised to stay by Man Wall's side forever. Mago handed over the moon-shaped jewelry and instructed her to resolve the matter. Chung Myung was currently inhabiting Chan Seong's body. The person she now loves is the one she has hated for the past 1,000 years. Mago proposed sacrificing her loved one to ease her resentment, or let go of the resentment of 1,000 years to gain the love she just found. After going outside, she saw Chan Seong in front of her. Her past resentment surfaced and she turned the jewelry into a dagger. With eyes filled with hatred, she lunged, stabbing directly into his heart. Chan Seong didn't resist but told her to trust him, then collapsed. When Manager Choi called her, Man Wall finally woke up, realizing it was all an illusion. She also said that Chan Seong is Chung Myung in this life. Manager Choi didn't believe it, and now she couldn't face him anymore. Chan Seong was waiting for Man Wall in the room. She approached, holding up the jewelry. Chan Seong recognized it from his dream. She confessed to killing Chung Myung with her sword. Now she'll destroy it, for the bloodthirsty moon must be stopped. At this moment, the Grim Reaper talked to Chan Seong, saying he has found Ji-won, but he only hid in the shadows. The Grim Reaper will plan with Chan Seong to bring Ji-won into the light. Meanwhile, Man Wall met Ji-won and told him the Grim Reaper is coming. He began to reveal himself. Man Wall gave him the jewelry, saying it will turn him into a demon if he eats it. He believed her and tried it. As they arrived at Ji-won's house, they encountered Man Wall here. Man Wall has released Ji-won, even giving him another gift. She still believed the person before her is Chung Myung. Man Wall can't kill him herself because she still loves him, so she asked Ji-won to do it for her. Man Wall had been waiting for this day for 1,000 years. Although Chan Seong said he wasn't Chung Myung, Man Wall didn't believe. The hotel had power outage, and Man Wall locked herself in tree. Chan Seong went to ask Magan if he was the one Man Wall resented. Magan said before he can prove his innocence, he must save her first. He must prevent Ji-won from eating the jewelry. Otherwise, Man Wall will disappear. Chan Seong went to meet Ji-won to retrieve the jewelry. Luckily, Ji-won hadn't eaten it yet. Chan Seong says when the moon rises, anyone holding the jewelry will vanish. Hearing this, Ji-won got scared and threw it away. Chan Seong seized the opportunity to pick it up. Realizing he was tricked, Ji-won angrily strangled Chan Seong. But the Grim Reaper stopped Ji-won in time. Manager Choi led Ji-won to a room. Upon entering, Ji-won was extremely surprised to see all the people he killed present here. Ji-won's fate was to be beaten by those people. Man Wall wrote a letter to her past connections. The first person is the police officer Young Soo, and the second is the doctor Mi Ra. Both of them came to the hotel and were led to the bar. The reason he wanted her to invite them is to learn about Chung Myung. After taking the medicine, Mi Ra recalled her past life. Then, she knew Chung Myung sided with the rebels. To save his own life, Chung Myung had to capture all the rebels. Despite not wanting to, Chung Myung had to do it. When it's Young Soo's turn, he instantly recalls his past. At that time, Chung Myung captured all rebels, including Young Soo. Chung Myung apologized to Young Soo because their alliance had been exposed. He told him to save Man Wall and live as a betrayer. After watching both of their memories, she understood somewhat. Back then, when Man Wall was alive, she vowed to kill Chung Myung for revenge. Though he didn't explain to Man Wall, he deeply regretted it in secret. Chung Myung had to live as a traitor for Man Wall to survive. Now she understood everything and knew that Chung Myung was there. Man Wall told Chung Myung to appear. Finally, he appeared in front of her. Facing Man Wall, Chung Myung didn't know what to say. Understanding all, Man Wall released her resentment. Now he can reincarnate. Despite feeling pain, Chung Myung still managed to smile. The hairpin gradually disappeared. The next day, Man Wall sent Chung Myung off to his next life. She promised Chan Seong she would return soon and then boarded to the Sanzu River. 1 month later, Man Wall still hadn't returned, and the moon tree had withered, signaling something amiss. But he still waits, hoping Man Wall will come back. Because Man Wall promised to return, he still believes in that promise. At the Sanzu River, Man Wall leads Chung Myung halfway across the bridge. Chung Myung reached out his hand, urging her to go with him. After some thought, Man Wall decided to turn back. Manager Choi met Chan Seong and gave him something. It helps him no longer see ghosts. Man Wall had asked Manager Choi for it earlier, because one day Man Wall disappears, and he would need this. Chan Seong remembered Man Wall's petty nagging and scolding. She always complained about trivial things. Before, Chan Seong found it annoying, but now, he can't hear those scoldings anymore. After hearing that Man Wall returned, Chan Seong immediately ran to hug her. Fortunately, Man Wall remembers everything as before. Now, even if he hears her scolding, he doesn't feel annoyed anymore. While the bellboy was reminiscing about his youth, Yuna appeared with someone. Surprisingly, when he met his friend again, the bellboy avoided him. He sits, remembering the past. His sister was badly hurt, so they went to their uncle's house in Busan. Fetching water, He had a gun pointed by his school friend Tae Sok. He said they were going to find their uncle in Busan. Tae Sok advised him to change his uniform to avoid enemy attacks. During a struggle, Tae Sok accidentally shot the bellboy dead. Before dying, he asked Tae Sok to save his sister. Tae Sok also carried his sister away. This person was Tae Sok from the past. Then Man Wall met with the bellboy. She advised him to go out and see what happened. Perhaps that person also regretted what he did and sought forgiveness. After listening, he decided to go outside. Manager Choi led Tae Sok to room 502. The bellboy was waiting there. He forgave Tae Sok, and they revisited old times together. At school, everyone from the hotel was present. To celebrate the receptionist's graduation, everyone cheered happily. Then they all went out to celebrate. Manager Choi was happy to see Man Wall return, but she said Mago was preparing for an upcoming owner. Because this hotel only exists until the next full moon, Manager Choi looked for the bartender but couldn't find him. He stood before the Sanzu River, ready for reincarnation. Man Wall sensed something was wrong because he rarely left the hotel. The next day, he invited everyone to drink farewell beverage. Everyone was surprised to hear that he had decided to undergo reincarnation. He thanked everyone. Everyone bid him farewell for his reincarnation. The bellboy cried so hard while Man Wall remained a cold face. Wearing a white suit, he finally smiled contentedly. He wrote a letter to Man Wall thanking her for everything. From someone once aloof, she now cried for him. On the other side, Manager Choi also helped the child of Jun family. The two talked. The girl said she wouldn't use the father's last name. Whether it's a girl or a boy, she will name the child after her own. She remembered her own child and cried. Manager Choi wished the baby good health and growth in the future. The bellboy's sister died, and they reunited. When his sister died, he had to reincarnate. Yu Na didn't accept it. She was heartbroken to say goodbye. He and his sister underwent reincarnation together. Yu Na ran to give him a bouquet to bid farewell to someone she loved dearly. She smiled and said goodbye. But when the bellboy turned away, she cried like a child, because she could no longer see him. Today, the two went on a date because she wouldn't be here soon. When it's the full moon, the Moonlight Hotel, and she would vanish. Chan Seong held her hand, as if she would always be by his side. Manager Choi had resolved the grudges. It was time to leave the hotel. Man Wall also had to thank Manager Choi. Time flew, prompting her to reminisce about her arrival at the Moonlit Hotel. But now, Manager Choi had to undergo reincarnation. Man Wall hugged her. Manager Choi had always comforted her a lot. It's the first time she comforted Manager Choi, assuring her about reincarnation. Regret-free, Manager Choi boarded for reincarnation, smiling contentedly. Now, only Man Wall remained lonely in the hotel. Looking at the family photo, reminiscing about past memories, the bellboy always greeted guests with jokes and humor. Manager Choi diligently sought her opinion before doing anything. And the bartender always crafted drinks according to emotions. The hotel used to be bustling, but now, there was no one. At this moment, Chan Seong arrived to say goodbye for the last time. He escorted Man Wall to the Sanzu River, where she would undergo reincarnation. Before leaving, Man Wall thanked and apologized to Chan Seong. Though she wanted to stay by Chan Seong's side, now she had to depart forever. Chan Seong said that even without her by his side, she would always be in his heart. The two embraced and said goodbye. Man Wall said that in their next lives, they would surely meet again. The days spent with him were joyful and happy. Watching Man Wall slowly walk away, Chan Seong's heart felt like it was being torn apart. Will they meet again in their next lives? The Moonlit Hotel also disappeared. Chan Seong's life returned to normal, and he decided to return to the US. Yu Na studied majoring in hotel management. Although Man Wall had disappeared forever, she remained in his heart. Here, the Magos found the heir to the Moonlight Hotel. Alright, this is the end of the movie. Please take 3 seconds to subscribe to our channel to support us. Thank you for watching our channel. See you all in the next movie.